A Chamber of Commerce type afternoon for the event. Before it all started, the great Willie McCovey. He was honored on Monday. It'll be Willie Mays honored on Tuesday. Gave out Willie McCovey bats. Of course, last year's home run derby champ Ryan Howard there. They packed the Cove. Kenny Mayne was out there in a kayak as well. The first round, believe it or not, kayaks, not too busy. It was the right-hand power of people like Matt Holliday. He hit 5 home runs in the first round. That one went 462 feet. Albert Pujols, St. Louis Cardinals. As height goes, excellent.
Well, he did. He hit him high and he hit him far and he hit him quite often in the first couple rounds. That was something special to watch.
I think when you look back on the Derby, the highlight was Kenny Mayne and Albert Pujols' son.
Look at that smile.
They were outstanding. A lot of people on the Prince Fielder bandwagon when this puppy started. The NL home run leader at 29. Deep to center, but he hit only 3 in round 1. Prince Fielder, good luck in the second half of the season with the Brewers.
The shadows affected him a little bit, Carl.
The shadows may have affected so many in round 1, Steve. They didn't hit many. Guerrero got off to a slow start. David Ortiz, the grandfather, Big Papi. The weapon of choice. That wood that so many major leaguers are using this year to help blast home runs. It didn't exactly work in the first swing for Vlad.
It doesn't help when you hit him off the end.
But apparently it's that kind of wood that needs to get warm. Vlad, that sent Ortiz into a tizzy. Then Vlad got really hot.
En dirección hacia el jardín izquierdo. Guerrero a lo profundo. Y no. Díganle que no es esa pelota.
There's your home run call on ESPN Deportes. Back to Ryan Howard. He started with a hat on backwards, ripped the hat off. Look out!
He should have ripped the bat off and got another one.
The Tiger ace, Justin Verlander, played it off. Howard hit 3, did not advance, so we lost a lot of the lefties. There'd be a 5-swing tiebreaker between Justin Morneau and Albert Pujols. Morneau goes to, wow, the home away from home. And with Morneau watching, Albert does this. He advances. No lefties go into round 2.
That's what's unbelievable. You know, you hear people talk about that ballpark and that lefties should dominate this home run derby. Zero fair home runs into McCovey Cove. So no lefties left in the derby. The fewest home runs in the first round by a defending derby champion. Hello, Ryan Howard, 3. Sammy hit 3, Ken Griffey in 99 hit 3, Dave Parker hit 3. Griffey in 99, despite the 3 in round 1, went on to win the whole thing. That wouldn't be the case for the defending champ. As for round 2, all right, we got no lefties. Everyone disperse. Or move the kayaks over to left field. You'll never get one there either. Matt Holliday, this may be his national coming out party.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the best hitters in the game nobody knows about, and he showed today he's got some pop in that bat.
I think the great thing is you're getting to see he and Alex Rios. 2 guys, one plays in Canada, one plays in Colorado. Of course, everyone talks about the skewed numbers in Colorado. And Matt Holliday proved today he's a legitimate power hitter, and so did Alex Rios.
Holliday hit 8 in the second round. Alex Rios, who was on Baseball Tonight Sunday night, saying how nervous he was, told our Eduardo Perez, just let me hit 1. Forget about 1. This was a no-doubter. Jose Reyes of the Mets. Rios hit 12 home runs in round 2. Now to the bad man, Vlad Guerrero.
He got warmed up a little bit second time around, didn't he?
Later in the at-bats, looking for number 9.
It's almost in the glove. That one is all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate couldn't hold it. Over 500. Guerrero 9 in the round. Holiday out of the Derby. Willie McCovey, of course, enjoying it, saying these guys are stronger than he's ever thought about the players that he played with being. Albert Pujols needs 1 home run to tie Vlad. Yeah, I don't think so. What a late charge by Pujols, but just shy. So Albert Pujols comes up just that many feet short. He was almost in a pause mode as he went to the sky. It didn't happen for him. Vlad and Rios in the finals. Total 17, total 14. A long way away from the Bobby Abreu 41 total including the final round that we saw a couple of years ago. So there are your two men at the top, Alex Rios and Vlad Guerrero. Were they the two best in spite of the numbers?
The two best for this? I really thought Prince Fielder and Ryan Howard were going to be in the finals myself, but well, obviously they are the two.
I thought it'd be these two, Carl, and I actually thought Vladimir Guerrero would end up winning it.
All right, Steve, our audience is intelligent. They see right through that.
F1.
We'll have the final round a little bit later on SportsCenter with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. Back to you, John. Over 300 home runs. Vlad at 352, and Alex hasn't yet to get to 50 for his career. 3 outs early. His first home run goes 410 feet to left field, so he's got 1. He's got 2 with 4 outs. Then he kind of got into a struggle deal there. And Vlad coming with 9 outs. Rios down to his last. And he pops it up.
Rios got tired. You can see the fatigue setting in late in his at-bats there.
Vlad walks out of that tunnel, out of the batting cage, knowing, I need what? I need 3 and I'm the champion? Woo! That one was just about worth 3.
Golly.
But certainly not a good sign for Rios. That's 1 ding-dong. Now with 4 outs, that one leaves. The fans had a field day out there making catches. So Vlad's got 6 more outs and needs 1 home run to win the 07 Derby. Again, you just worry that he's going to hurt himself.
Yeah, he swings so hard. You just wonder, I mean, you talk about a strong torso. I tell you what.
I think that'll end it. Bat down. His posse, which was bothering him most of the night, came right out and charged again. There they all are.
Nice entourage for Vlad.
That's like when Larry Legend left the three-point shooting contest with his finger raised. Vlad dropped the bat. I'm done.
And then Phillips' crew comes into play.
So Vlad wins the title. The LA Angel crowned 2007 Home Run Derby champion. 5 in the first round, 9 in the second round. All he needed in the finals was 3. So 17 total home runs is your Home Run Derby champion in 2007.
Tribute to those guys who stole home runs in the first half. It's a thinking man's twist on this thing. Number 10, Fred. Rangers, Angels, Michael Young, Gary Matthews Jr. God, tonight if you're the Angels, you got the Home Run Derby champ, and then you got the guy who can take them away. Excellent work by him.
To number 9 for the Devil Rays Orioles game, Kevin Millar thinks he has a home run here for Baltimore, and Rocco Baldelli says otherwise. Baldelli's only played 35 games in the first half. That was a dandy of a defensive play for him.
Number 8, Indians, Tigers, Craig Monroe. Look at that. He thinks he's going to start just trotting around, and then he realized he played in Comerica and that Jason Michaels is also an excellent player out there and left. That not a home run.
At number 7, White Sox and Twins, and Torrey Hunter roams center field for Minnie.
Hunter with a late adjustment to the wall. Did he get it? He got it! He got it! He brought it back!
Taking one away from Jim Thome.
Number 6, Pirates, Cardinals, Juan Encarnacion. You know what? He thinks he's got a home run, but you know the theme of this is that they're not home runs, which means Chris Duffy on the horse makes the leaping catch and saves it from going in some shrubbery there, and that means it's not a point.
I mean, anybody can show you lots of home runs.
Sure.
We show you non-home runs. Phillies and Braves, Greg Dobbs and Andrew Jones leaps high and makes the grab in typical Andrew Jones fashion.
Number 4, Diamondbacks, Orioles, Scott Hairston. In a normal SportsCenter top line, this would be a home run, but Corey Patterson says, no, that is not a home run. Leaping up, that too would have been over the wall and gone. Instead, it's in a mitt.
At number 3, the Orioles and Angels, Eric Ibar. If it's fair, it's gone. Nick Markakis pulls it back. Boy, if that's only number 3, I can't wait to see 1 and 2. Markakis stealing one.
Wait, no longer for number 2, Rangers, Mariners, Adrian Beltre, Kenny Lofton.
Lofton giving chase. That ball is... What a catch by Kenny Lofton! Wow!
Wow is right. Even tore up the padding up.
And at number 1, have to go all the way back to Sunday. Red Sox and Tigers, Willie Moe hits it deep. If he's just Curtis Anderson, that goes over for a home run. But he's Curtis Granderson. Out, he brings it back.
In 07, it featured Barry Bonds, but more importantly, for many of the fans on hand in San Francisco, it featured Willie Mays, honored before the game. a banner of Mays making his infamous over-the-shoulder grab unveiled. Many people believe he's the greatest to ever play the game. And surrounded by the All-Stars as he threw a ceremonial pitch to Jose Reyes, and then they shake hands. Bruce Fleming behind the plate. 37th Major League Baseball season. He retires after this year, his third All-Star game. Jake Peavy hoping for a wide strike zone. Starting for the National League with a 2.19 ERA in the first half, and Jeter, who hits over 500 in All-Star competition, didn't get it done there. Bounced into a double play. A-Rod. Oh, what a play at third by David Wright. To second to end it scoreless after one. Bottom one. Dan Herron after this will take a deep breath.
Kind of a hanging splitty right there. Bonds didn't quite catch up to it.
But Bonds is out. Off a Beltran strikeout, Griffey with Reyes on second and 2 outs. He singles up the middle. Reyes was stealing bases. NL's up 1-0. Bottom three, same score. Man on second, Bonds again. This one deep to left, but to the track, and it will go no further. Barry's kept in the yard. Think he thought he had it?
I think he did, Carl. I think he thought, I've hit so many here, I know that one's out. But
Didn't happen. We'll go to the fourth. A-Rod smiling. He's on second after stealing. Pudge. 14th All-Star selection. Griffey Jr. by a mile.
A-Rod kind of laboring around third base there, but he ran well enough to steal second base, and Ken Griffey Jr. with a hose and a good pick at the plate by Russ Martin to easily get Alex Rodriguez.
It's the white shoes.
it's all about the white shoes, Carl.
NL still up 1-0. The NL final man in, Chris Young. Listen to this.
Hit well to deep right field. Over the head of Griffey, and it's off the wall on the fly, and it takes a crazy bounce back toward right field away from him. Rounding third, heading home, Ichiro, and he will score. An inside-the-park two-run home run for Ichiro as the American...
Off an Ivy Leaguer who has no idea how it happened. The second Ivy Leaguer to pitch in an All-Star game, and Ichiro's third hit of the game is the first inside-the-park home run in All-Star game competition. Can't blame Griffey on that.
Oh, absolutely not. It's one of those things that hits a funny edge and kicks one way, and with Ichiro's speed, nothing you can do.
Meantime, Francisco Cordero. Carl Crawford, deep and gone. Solo shot gave the AL a little breathing room at 3-1.
A couple guys known for their speed. Ichiro and Crawford hitting home runs.
How about the pitchers that were paraded out late in the game for the American League? It's the 7th. We're bringing Johan Santana in. El Caballo 0-1 pitch. Just foul.
That was about the only chance they had from this man.
Against Mr. McFilthy, Mr. McNasty. Look at Santana. Now to the 8th, a 3-2 game. Victor Martinez now pinch hitting for Santana. That'll help off a Billy Wagner fastball. He had got it in on him. Didn't matter. The catcher rides it out. 18th pinch hit home run in All-Star history. Seems like most home runs in All-Star history are pinch hit variety. Now it's the bottom of the 9th. J.J. puts on trying to close it. Soriano.
Set up, down and away, and he got the ball up in the zone and right into the wheelhouse as Soriano uncoils that swing.
Sitting dead red on a 3-1 count after Putz walked. The next batter, Jim Leyland, walked out to the mound. All right, not a bad option. It was Papelbon in the 8th. Now Frankie Rodriguez.
Not a bad situation. You take out J.J. Putz and bring in K-Rod.
Derek Lee, did he? That would have ended it. That would have ended the game. But Lee goes to first with a walk. And then Rodriguez walks Hudson. At points, Rodriguez was spinning on the mound.
Bounced a lot of pitches, too. Bases loaded, could have taken away the breaking ball from him.
Aaron Rowand, the first pitch was a fastball down the middle. He watched it go by him, and here he pops out to Alex Rios to end it. Double fister. And the American League wins another one. Since 1999, here's one for you. The team that has scored first has won the All-Star game 7 times. The National League actually scored first in 2002. That game, of course, ended in a tie. Ichiro is the first leadoff hitter with a multi-hit game in the All-Star game since Brady Anderson in 1997. Reyes, by the way, also had 3 hits. The 2 leadoff guys go 6 for 7 as the American League gains home field advantage in the World Series.
He's an artist with the bat. You know, he's an excellent base runner. He's a wonderful outfielder. I mean, this guy's a very complete player, and he really has no place you can go to get him out. You just, you try to get him to hit the ball at somebody. So he had a great day.
He probably hit more home runs tonight in BP than any player on the field, and he made it look easy. I couldn't believe it. You know, this happened to be an inside to Parker, but I couldn't believe with what ease he was hitting balls over the fence like it was nothing. And, you know, I'm not really too happy about that because we play them Thursday. That's who we open up with.
Pacific Coast League, International League All-Star Game. Justin Lair, 7-1 for the Mariners organization. Already has given up 1 run, and now Mike Hessman, part of the Tiger organization, who has 26 home runs at the break, makes it 3-0. Hessman leads the International League with those home runs. Next batter is Brandon Moss. And, you know, Cowboy Joe West said you can't run with the big dogs if you act like a puppy. Moss acting like a big dog. It's 4-0 International League. Lair, 1 inning, 3 hits, 4 earned. Ouchie. Bottom 4, Craig Brazell. 30 home runs at the All-Star break, leads all of the minor leagues, and he touches 1 there. Pacific Coast coming back. Bottom 8, last chance, or the best chance, I should say, for the Pacific Coast. Robert Andino and Bobby Korecki strikes out Andino. Korecki for the Twins, Andino for the Marlins. International League wins at 7-5.